I was in really bad shape. The stroke was so massive, we didn't actually even know if I was going to walk again. And this was 8 years ago, cut to years of rehab. And while I was rehabbing, our season 2 showrunners, John Hubbard and Kat Lickle, you know John, of course, from Paradise.
Yep.
So they were keeping Dan sort of apprised of my recovery. And I was at a dinner party with my co-stars, Karen David's house. I couldn't even stand out of a wheelchair, let alone walk. So to get into the house of this dinner party, all the men had to lift me in my wheelchair over the threshold to get into the house to get to the table.
Yeah.
And a little man named Chris Koch was there. I mean, a very tall man.
We know.
So Chris was there, and he said, Dan and I were talking. We thought maybe we could have you on the show. And I thought, well, that's never going to happen. Literally, I thought to myself, well, maybe I could be a guy in a wheelchair in Jack's office. Never thinking in a million years this was going to happen.
Yeah.
Cut to 29. Well, now it's 2017. No, sorry, it's still 2019. My 50th birthday party. John and Kat and Chris Koch are there, and I give a toast to my wife, my dear wife Allison Cowley, who you've met.
She's lovely.
Yeah, she's the best.
She's wonderful.
The best indeed. And this was 2 old fashions in, I got to say, and I was able to give I could, after the stroke, I could hardly speak.
Yeah.
And Chris videotaped this, and afterwards said, "You're ready." Sent it to Dan and said he's ready. A few months later, I get a text from Dan, I think in my therapy clinic, saying, "Hey man, I'm thinking about writing a character deep in recovery from a stroke." I was like, "Put me in, coach." And then we had a conversation. It's like, but if we're doing this, I want to show all that.